Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the ETF2L Sigma 6 Winter 2023 Week 2 matchup in the Premiership division between Witness Gaming EU and Comedy Shorts Gaming. I am Peter. I'm joined today by JMaxchill on production, and eepily is still here, while internet permits. How are you doing, eepily?
I'm doing good. I've been playing the ancient UK game of battle with your internet service provider all weekend, and I'm happy to announce that my stability is at some.
Ooh, that's exciting.
All right. It is, well, isn't it?
Yeah, well, speaking of some stability, we've actually got all 12 server players in the server already, and Comedy Shorts Gaming, I feel like we should put their roster up on the screen because we have a bit of a deviation from last week. They used Soapy Meister last week, and this time around, they actually got Tiger back on Soldier, and then, of course, they've got Ampy and Loopy on Scouts. They've got Fancy on Demo Man, Haunts on the other Soldier. Is Haunts Pocket or Roamer? I forget. Probably Pocket.
I'm pretty Roamer. Sure, yeah, like Tiger's meant to be pocketing, which was part of the controversial aspect of getting Soapy Meister in.
I see. All right. Okay, I get it. And then, of course, we have the Con Dog himself, Mr. Connor, Mr. Gonzo. Is that what he uses on ETF these days?
I think so. What was he? He was the dog at some point. He might still be the dog. It's like that period of time. There was like 3 years where Martin just put himself as like God or something. Yeah. Like, these medic mains, they get bored standing around doing the same thing every game. Like, they got to have some excitement somewhere, and that is making the weird usernames.
Yeah, very true. And then they're going to be going up against Witness Gaming, the reigning champs of Europe. And it is pretty much the same roster. They're down Mula, and instead they snatched Auto away from TF2 Easy. So replacing one God tier medic with another. Otherwise, it's just the regular old red lineup here with Silentus and Poppy on Soldiers, Tomas and Ixie on Scouts, Domo and Demo Man. Really, really stacked roster that's been together for a very long time. Hard to see how they're not going to be the favorites going into tonight's game.
Yeah, like 100%. Like, you look at the Witness Gaming roster, and not just the fact that they are individually 6 incredibly good players, but pretty much all of them, other than Auto, have played with each other for like so long at this point. Like, they know inside and out like how the rest of the team plays, and like not just individually but as a team as well. They just kind of know what they're doing. And even though you've got a couple bigger historical names in the form of Tiger and Ams on the other side, the rest of CSG is, you got slightly more kind of newer names to Prem. Like, let's say, like me, you've not paid super close attention to Prem for 5 seasons, you might not even fully know who some of these players are.
Yeah, there's some up-and-comers and there's some old blood. It's a pretty unique combination of players to make up a pretty exciting team. Comedy Shorts Gaming, they lost their first matchup against the Germans, and that was a really bad map 1, and then they did much better in map 2, but they kind of managed to choke it away. So how much of that was having a Merc and how much of it was just kind of them not being up to snuff? We'll see. They got a lot better, and I'm going to assume that they're going to just continue to be better and better as the season progresses here. But let's see if they're ramped up enough to actually be able to put up a fight here against Witness Gaming. Or maybe we're going to see some chinks in the armor of Witness Gaming. They've been so solid for so long. It would be pretty nice if they could actually like puncture a tire and kind of go off rails a bit in the early parts of the season.
It would, but I gotta say, like, even the opponents for CSG's game last week said that like they kind of just look a bit too much like a mixed team. And yes, that was with the Merc, that was in the week 1 game, but like, I don't know, being uncoordinated against Witness is just a surefire way to lose, like, full stop. Especially, like, CSG's picked Gully, and I feel like, even though we've seen Witness ban Gully a few times before, it tends to be against, like, much better teams. Like, I still favor them massively, but I guess we're going to find out pretty soon, right?
Yeah, we definitely are. These are basically my 2 favorite maps at the moment, Gullywash and Bagel, 2 very fun maps. Witness Gaming and Comedy Shorts Gaming should both be really good on these. They're pretty standard maps these days, and I can't wait to see what we got in here. So pretty quick mid coming out. What do you see here?
Yeah, we do see instant frags. We see Domo and Silentes, but getting trained up for Condog. So all about the heals. Auto playing. Oh my days! All the backboard choke. He is leaving and leaving and leaving, and they're not really Didn't even see the combo if Witness get too far in there. We saw huge early frags by these soldiers on the side of CSG.
Yeah, got the really quick demo pick, basically won them the mid there. They are going to get that and take that down. Of course, Otto being able to get out alive. Really nice, quick recognition of this mid is probably not going our way. Just going to hang back with Ixie and just run out of there. And now they're going to be able to push into mid with a full Uber here. This can be pretty tricky. Gullywash is probably one of the better maps to have a small advantage on. You don't have that much distance to cover, and they're going to just Uber in the demo extremely quickly. There's a single soldier caught. I don't think this soldier's going to come in, but this gets the sick air shot. All right, Tiger's already activated. And that's going to be all they're going to get out of this Uber. And now it's going to be the seesaw situation with Condog slowly building his Uber up. Here, he's on 75%, Otto's on 25%. So basically perfectly unaligned right now with the Ubers.
Yeah, almost exactly. And yeah, to be honest, for CSG, that's really not a bad situation. You can see as well with the spawner of Tiger, he basically, by the time he rolls out, he's going to be in the perfect position to start pushing with the rest of his team. Yep, Uber now in the hands of Condog. Their opportunity to start walking forward. 70% on auto already. They only need to have these soldiers playing oh so close, just try and delay them a little bit, and they will start to equalize things. 85 now on the side of auto. That is great work done by Salentes and Pappy. And you can see it's taking way too long for CSG to get in here. They've lost their advantage in Cardi now. They have managed to get to a choke, which is also important. Pappy does jump in, does try and trade out some frags. Actually, Mortis is going to be going down. He does just about lose his own life, but Luffy gets thrown to the ground. He surely won't be living. He's definitely not part of the fight. Ubers get used on both sides. One extra flash and a Tiger going down. Luffy still just about managing to get up, but he's getting chased by Thomas.
Oh,
Thomas
he's
on the
just
prowl.
going to run through the choke. No respect at all.
Ixie on the flank as well. He goes all the way through, but crucial shot there from Ams. That is scary. They're still going to have to back up, but keeping Condog alive means their chance of holding last still there. They should be okay.
Yeah, maybe a bit too much respect shown there to Witness Gaming. If you want to push, you need to be a lot faster than that. I know there's going to be a lot of spam. I know there's a lock and load. Pipes just randomly flying into that choke. It's very scary. I get it. But you need to be a lot faster than that. Maybe just go through big door like Witness Gaming did. It's pretty interesting to see the difference in the way they just went about that. It's even Ubers now, though. So Witness Gaming, they're going to be setting up here for any kind of normal sack strat. Maybe it's sending people through water. There's a lot of different ways you can go about this. I personally like when people send, like when teams send people into water, because you can pressure that way. You can still turn that into a medic bomb if you just put off enough pressure. But right now they're just trying to spam down the center gun. That's going to open up a lot more space for Loopy. He's trying his best to just reflect everything.
Ooh, that's a nice little frag there by Tiger, getting that little juggle onto Domo, and ultimately, Witness Gaming is going to be kind of having to chill outside. Like, when you don't have your demo in lobby, it just makes it so much harder, because it's not even like you can send a soldier in because you're a demo down, so there's just no point being inside. So,
yeah. You know how on Sunshine, where it's really trying to send in 2 soldiers in the lobby, you can kind of do that on Gullywash as well if the demo is not there to put up sticky traps. It's very wise to just back off while your demo is down, because you really need those stickies to just sticky off corners and doors. And yeah, that's what they did. They went back. All right, Loopy, hitting every reflect so far.
Oh, okay, not quite. All right, guns down. Time to play the game. Salentes, he's getting slammed by Tiger once again. Ixie's still in water, being a little pest. But, oh, nice little arrow there. This is 2 players down on the side of Witness, and a third one with Ixie. Okay, 3 players. 3-player advantage here for CSG. They've still got a heavy. He is just about changing off. It is still a brave push to go here. Like, Salentes and Pappy are going to be up any second now. Do you see Luffy walking all the way forward? They're trying to take some position. Soldier does go deep all the way towards Auto. Gets that first rocket. Not the second, though. And that's going to be it for that push.
Yeah, it was a bit unfortunate that Tiger was the one that died there, because you really wanted to send in 2 soldiers in that situation. But obviously, Tiger was dead. So it was only going to be hard. He did his best, but did a good job by his pocket scout there to take down the soldier before he could get off the last rocket. He actually hit a really nice rocket there, hard. He just didn't have enough time. And actually, scouting in the water, putting on a ton of pressure. Ams is really low as well. So Lentis is in the water. They know about it. But this is still just pressure. And yeah, look at all the spam that Condog is eating. Just these random stickies and pipes and rockets just coming in from also a different angle, making it very, very uncomfortable. And Haunts going down, that's only going to exacerbate this uncomfortableness.
Yeah, exactly. We do see Tiger going to be trading it out once again. Domo! getting a little bit too aggressive, getting picked up there by Fancy, and now 2 crucial picks. We do see once again, Witness Gaming, they're not slow to back out a lobby when it's just not going their way. They absolutely recognize these little situations. It's a bit hard on these 2 players, and it's actually Shutter getting busted all the way through the spam onto all those fantastic. It's going to get used. Going to be traded out here by Condog. They're trying. Oh my god, Ipsy!
The absolute rat just sneaks into last and caps it out while this really excellent fight was going on for CSG. That was looking really, really solid. Like just the way they got Otto up against the wall and just spammed him down until he had to pop the Uber. Really nice exchange for them, and then Ixie just makes it all mean nothing. Very disheartening round here for CSG. Let's see if they can win another mid here.
Yeah, well, we can see first mid went firmly in the way of CSG. Soul's going to be doing the same kind of thing. This time Domo playing a little bit differently. Haunts is still going to take him down, though, before he gets traded out now. A second while Witness tries to compose himself. Auto still not actually got through this corner, and we're looking at these players walk all the way forward. The damage is so good, though. Has gone down. These soldiers, both on the side of Witness Gaming, are nice and healthy. They're going to be trying to combine onto these frags. Try and focus down these individual players.
Holy air fight!
Is getting airshot. Tiger hitting absolutely everything.
Yeah, Tiger has been so extremely good so far, but we have Ixie here remaining. Ixie is extremely dangerous. Domo comes in for the choke, takes one down. Actually, AMS gonna take down Ixie, and that's gonna be that for this mid fight. We have a pause. It looks like as. Yeah, that was an extremely intense mid, and I'll just point out that Domo again got picked off by Haunts immediately.
Yes, yeah, like you can see this time he tried to kind of adapt a little bit, and he actually backed all the way basically like halfway up elbow, like where the medic usually runs up. Yeah. And yeah, he still got like picked. It's kind of that's gonna be one of those situations from Domo's PvP where it's like, well, guys, I mean, short of not really coming to mid, not a great deal more I could have done there.
He's just going to go like, I'm going back door, screw you guys.
I mean, you know, sometimes it's the way to go. I will say, though, obviously, only about 7 minutes into this game, pretty significant, kind of importantly timed shots being hit by AMS right now. There's like a couple situations where he's hitting some real meat and kind of keeping his team in some of these fights.
Yeah, we can't forget about how AMS is just actually one of the most talented players in Europe. He's probably not at his peak right now. I feel like he's slowly ramping up. You know, he's been playing for a couple of seasons now, so I assume like at some point he's gonna start hitting peak amps again, where he just flicks every shot, hits every shot, and it's super duper scary. Pause ends here. We actually have the scout coming in through big door. Thomas decides to back off instead, and this is another mid fight win for CSG, and this time around the medic did both die on mid, so it's pretty even. Yeah, Domo thinking about going through that choke, immediately gets spammed super hard, just runs the other way.
No. I feel like, you know, trying to get through a choke point where you've got both Haunts and Tiger staring at you spamming rockets, like it's not really gonna happen. So like I say, both medics did go down there. I believe Auto's 90% on his own. Condog is a little bit disad in terms of Ubers, and you can see him playing all the way towards this kind of mini elbow, just in case there's any kind of dot push coming from Witness, but I don't think Witness are aware of it, or at least they're not feeling it, you know, it's like 50%, come on.
Yeah, you don't know exactly the percentages, and also it's very difficult to dot push like this. It's like even on Gullywash, I know this is probably the shortest map, or the map with the shortest distances here in mid, where you can push, but still, if the medic is holding pretty far back, you're just going to get spammed and choked, and then you're going to have to pop early, and then when you get to the medic, he's going to have it. So I understand them not pushing here. It's actually pretty difficult to do anything as the team holding second to go into mid. It's very difficult to make some sort of play. However, you can absolutely make a play if you're the team holding mid. You can actually see Ixie was playing top and almost playing inside of lobby, because look at that. We've got a sneaky little scout in behind. All right.
Yeah. I believe Loopy is just sitting down on Lassie. Oh.
Did you also have like weird like laggy things happening?
No. I just saw Ixie. Yeah, like they pause and unpause. I guess that was just we'll leave Loopy behind because there was a pause. I don't know. We're being very respectful today. Not a very respectful TFP player.
Like my external hard drive also lagged out at that exact moment. It was very weird.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe they're fine with just Loopy being on last. I mean, he's not doing much. So
yeah. I mean, he's waiting, right, for the right opportunity. At some point, you want to do something weird, like jump in hard. Maybe you go jump Tiger up top, and then they look there. The scout just runs through the door and two shots at demo or something. we've seen these things happen before. It's usually just a matter of playing it slow and just waiting for the perfect opportunity, because your team can still go for plays. Like, Luby's not actually that far behind. Like, oh my god, things have happened.
What? I do not understand how that happened. Okay, that is 2 players down for the side of Witness. Loopy's still behind, because that's exactly... Oh, no, he's not even going to go for the commit, because these Ubers have been traded. Some more flashes out on the side of Auto, but manages to get his players without being shut in. It's just going to be CSG collapsing onto Celentes now. This is their 2 players just only spawning. This is going to be 6 versus 5. One does have to be capping, so CSG in terms of moving straight into last, it's going to be difficult. I don't think they're looking to commit off that. That was bizarre.
Condor, he's had a lot of damage there. I think those were some rockets and stickies. Tiger's actually going to jump in for the suicide there. See if he can get a sneaky little pick onto Auto at a weird time. You don't really expect sacks coming out with 40% on both medics. Silenta's going to see if he can get the skybox bomb in here. He's in deep pretty far. Oh my god, look how far back Condor was. He saw that coming really far, but actually the rest of his team went back there to help, so they're going to be a little slow. Here comes the second soldier up on the high ground now. This is kind of a weird push coming out from Witness Gaming.
I have no idea what's going on. This is really, really chaotic, but ultimately, Thomas is just kind of taking people to pieces. Tiger hits all of the upwards directs in the known universe, so okay, that's not too bad. Uber does get used. This is going to be trying to chase all the way through. Domo isn't going down, but he trades out with Axie somehow. That is crazy that he hit those pipes, and now Auto's got his own Uber. So this is like
Thomas wants this. Look at it. He just wants to spot the medic, and then just take it onto him. But again, Condor, really good awareness there, just holding really far back. Thomas, he wants it so badly. They are actually going to go on it. It's a single soldier. It's basically just a distraction play. Domo again. He's almost getting bullied by Hans. It's actually crazy.
I feel like there's been like 4 times in the past like 5 minutes where like Domo's died to something just really random, and it's, I guess maybe it's unfortunate, let's say, but you know, maybe Witness Game needs to like tighten things up just a little bit. Speaking of which, actually walking in, we do see big bombs in, but the soldiers are getting so much damage. Contract doesn't have his Uber. He is playing really close in this position. Somehow they're just managing to win this in pure DM though. Now they're moving all the way towards Big Door. They've already caught Auto. This is everything they want. Jesus.
Yes,
now
Celentes is behind. That's
that's a round. That's got to be a round.
Yeah, it's actually a double backup here. Okay, I thought the paint train was going to make a difference, but I guess not. Somehow Domo manages to make his way back there and actually perfectly cut off Loopy. That's going to save this a lot, because it's going to slow them down so much. It's a recap thing by Poppy. I think that's a bad idea. He needs to get out of there as quickly as his feet can carry him. And
Domo's dying. Domo's dead. Domo's not dying yet. Domo's... Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Just totally gone down. He took almost that entire Uber to go down, though. Now we have the players walking around to last. Uber's already faded, though, because, like, guys, it's not happening. This is weirdly chaotic kind of game.
Yeah, you were talking about how sometimes maybe they could feel a bit too much like a pug team or a mixed team. Well, yeah, this is kind of what we were talking about, where it's just very discoordinated and Fancy not going to be able to get out of there. Recap coming out for Witness Gaming. They have the Uber ad as well. Looks like they want to go through this big door as well with the Uber. Maybe they're going to jump in Domo again. Maybe they're just going to put on pressure. Like, if Poppy can get in here and actually jump up into choke, they actually have a chance of just locking everyone out without having to use at all. And
oh, yeah. Tiger's getting caught. Goodbye, buddy. That's not going to happen. They want to go all the way towards Big Door. And they can. They have every right to just keep on pushing here. Condog's still only on 75%. Horns has gone down as well. They could possibly look to go main all the way to last if they were really greedy.
Oh,
but Thomas.
The cone pipes or the cone sticky trap there. It's an absolute classic. Thomas wasn't checking for it. Very, very sneaky play here from Fancy. That's going to definitely help. Like, having 2 scouts parking that on the point with Ubrad is one of the easiest way of actually just capping a point out. Now they're not going to be able to do that. So this is just a slowdown bit. Loopy checking for off classes, and Thomas right now is switching to sniper, it looks like. Yep, he has left spawn.
Good God. Thomas on the sniper class. He's doing like classic. It's Gullywash. You're hard scoping all the way through main. You get 1 shot to really make it count. To be honest, even just getting the pyro would be pretty significant just to get the gun, and what he gets is 2 rockets to the face.
Tiger's so good at just picking people off on this last hold. It's kind of crazy how many times he's done it right now. Gully is pretty difficult to snipe into last with. Thinks he's in water right now. But it's kind of funny how when you go sniper and Golly last, you basically only are allowed to hit hero shots because you're not going to be able to have some sort of stable angle where you can just sit forever and take your time. Ixie tries to see if he can get Tiger. Tiger again just wins these. Tiger has been playing absolutely stellar TF2 on these last holes. So Lenders now has snuck into water. I'm not sure they actually spotted him. Okay,
oh, they know. They saw him. They're doing the old 2v1. Celendez, he's getting a trade?
All right. You take those as Celendez, that's for sure.
Yeah, cool, why not? I mean, could be worse.
Yeah, everyone else has just backed off as well. Looks like Thomas has already had enough of Sniper. That's a stupid class. I don't like it at all. It's too slow. I just died to 2 rockets. Alright. Oh, man. My TF2 is just weird today. I'm getting like stack overflow error warnings. Ixie in water again. Just taking attention in here. If they can take down the sentry again. Oh yeah, go on. I have nothing interesting to say.
I just want to point out, like, so we're 50 minutes into this game, right? It's only 1-0, right? So, you know, anything can happen still. Everything that's happening is, like, Witness trying to do things, I feel. You know, other than, like, that bit of kind of, you know, Luffy going behind, whatever. I feel like, you know, everything in this situation, like, Witness are being quite considerably more active. And I feel like it is a little bit, like, at some point, something's going to work for them, right?
Yeah, you definitely think so. I would kind of like to see Comedy Short Gaming maybe try to force the issue a bit more in general. Maybe not in this specific moment, but you know, now that they have these picks, right, you should definitely go for stuff. You could actually go spy or something kind of sneaky. That seems weird, you know? Like if you just decide to push out with your soldiers and just switch off to fast. Okay, again, Otto's up against this wall, and he usually gets forced in these.
Oh my god, okay, finally! CSG gets something that actually works, and it involves, once again, just Tiger, right? Like, Tiger's doing so much individually. I feel like, you know, this compared to last week's game, what's the big difference? Honestly, it's kind of Tiger, right? So, cool, right, they get second, they're capping this, guess what? They're not even being backcapped. Because Tiger's, like, spawning, he's on last, he's like, don't worry, guys, I got this. Big Uber advantage, now they...
The crazy part is, this is like washed up Tiger. That's the crazy thing here. He doesn't play that much these days. He's just actually cracked out gamer. That's just his default mode of being. It's kind of nuts. Comedy Short Gaming are making their way in here. It's only really long distance spam going in here. Actually, Ix is going to get taken down. Celentus tries his best to come in here and sink onto a Condor. Not working. And this is just going to open up so much space for Comedy Short Gaming to come in here.
Yeah, they managed to get all the way through Big Door. They do have to use their Uber, though. They haven't actually got mid-cap at all. We do see, Packer in the backline's being a little bit annoying. That delay, though, is significant, because that's 2 forward spawns. There are stickies on it, and I think they will be aware. So, that is going to be Witness backing up all the way to last, but you got Uber advantage. Pappy up in 4 seconds now. This is a real opportunity. Just try and prove they can do what CSG spent about 8 minutes trying to do. You know, this is Witness's opportunity to really try and get forward, but we do have a bit of a classic right now in the form of the AM Spy.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty difficult. He needs to make his way into these shutter doors, but they are being watched by Domo. So he basically needs to make his way in here as Domo is opening up the doors. Otherwise, yeah, it's going to be too late now. He's actually just going to go for some sort of backstab play instead. Yeah. And there are 2 players down, so it should be possible to just put on pressure, and now then AMS just comes in here.
Oh, he's going in all the way there.
Oh, randomly.
It's a little bit sad. He's really trying to get him anyway.
Unreal. Just second drop coming out from Auto. AMS is complaining about lag. That works for me. 2 soldiers coming in here, see if they can get any kind of revenge. Maybe get some kills onto this medic, but no. Luffy's just cleaning up. This could be it, man. 1-to-1 against Witness Gaming. You will absolutely take that if you're Comedy Shorts Gaming.
Yeah, Domo's going all the way in. He's doing everything he can. Hit 2 pipes. That is Condor going down, but the rest of the team is just only spawning now. Trying to block in terms of auto. They do manage to get on the point, but that is CSG equalizing things. Okay, there we go. Got a bit of a game on our hands now.
Yeah, it was a pretty valiant attempt there from Witness Gaming to active from everyone to make it out of spawn and get onto the point. It's pretty difficult to do that when you're being bounced around by all sorts of explosives, but eventually just too much momentum from CSG, and it's 1-to-1 here. 11 minutes remaining. Witness Gaming, they can't come to this sleeping. It is pretty nice. And again, it's going to be a demo man going down, but it's fancy this time around.
Yeah, this is much, much better in terms of a start. That's going to be Tiger going back down on the back lines. Even that long range spam onto Loopy. Nice stuff from the side of Witness. I feel like the gloves are off. They're not here to play anymore. They're going all the way forward. Second's going to be theirs. They might even start looking to peek lobby from the start. These players still 5 seconds. Tiger and Loopy. Are we going to see some aggressive soldier play, or just try and keep this gun down, I think, for the second?
Yeah, that's really nice by Poppy. Do quite a lot of damage to Hans. I thought maybe they're going to be able to pick him off as well. Not quite. But just taking down the gun is really nice. Actually, they're just running a heavy now because they don't think they can keep the gun up. At some point, you should switch off of heavy and get engineer. And actually, the double soldier bomb in Ribbon is going to get the Uber Force out. Pretty weird stuff right now. Ixie is in water, but everything else did absolutely nothing thanks to this heavy pyro combination.
Yeah, that's actually pretty big stuff for the CSG soldiers. They recognize a real opportunity there. They did manage to force off this Uber, like you say. The Conrad still has his own, but it is a player disadvantage. You do see Uber going back onto Scout, but there's a lot of water pressure, and you can see as well, a little bit of spam towards these CSG players. Now all the way towards point. Yep, it's getting traded out. Salenta still in water. You can see they're just delaying right now. He has gone down. Did you see Ams? He's all the way behind them. He's actually getting arrowed.
Yeah, Otto wins that one. It's about time. He's been having a pretty rough game so far, and actually, I can actually see him warping around. He's lagging so hard. I hate saying AFS was right, but he was kind of right.
Might actually be some truth in that one. So there we go. There we go. Bit of a rough game, but Beavers once again have been equalised. 9 minutes left on the clock. Still plenty of time to play with. It's going to be very, very equal. Yep. Witness. It's going to be a gully classic. Moving towards big door. See what kind of plays you can make.
Looks like Thomas wants to maybe go into big door, or like go behind lines. Could be Ixie instead. It's just going to be a soldier. Looks like jumping into the medic. Gets him. Oh my god. Kodak holds on. That's so brave. He went down to 15 HP. He just knows that distance. That's crazy.
Oh, that is very brave, but very nicely done there by Condog. It would have been very, very easy to use there. He is still regenerating his health though, and because Horns got traded out, it's actually going to be Witness walking all the way through big door. You can see how much space they have, managing to walk all the way in. They're trying to bully onto Fancy. They do get that Uber force off a good bit earlier, and the flashes as well. Tomas is just taking the team a little bit on his back. They're getting so much damage. Look at that. They managed to get Loopy. They look to keep on going now as well. Tiger's still so weak. He's got to go all the way towards last, get an arrow at least. Witness, they're just only getting into lobby. They don't have a lot of time to play with if they want to keep this going.
Kind of crazy just how much confidence Thomas has. He just stood there waiting for the Uber to end, and then he killed a few players, and then they had to leave. Really nice stuff. Celenda's trying to jump in, but this gets super duper giga denied. No chance for him at all. He will end up trading with Hans. Ixie tried to get into water. He will succeed, but only for about 2 seconds before going down. This is just
my god!
Trade.
Literally, and Dover's just walking all the way in. Fancy's going the wrong way in this fight. Yep, he's going to get taken down by the combined power of both the Witness Gaming players. They're going all the way towards point, taking their time just a little bit, 8%. In terms of Ubers right now, you see Tiger, he spawns, he jumps in, he gets mulched, but ultimately, with where Condog's positioned with Loopy, it's really, really hard to get onto him.
The
Ubers are going to be equal.
Oh.
Uber's been used though. It's not good for CSG. It's not good. Auto is kind of caught in though, so he will have to commit off this.
Yeah, alright, this brass piece better be overpowered because he's going to have to put up some work here. Thomas is just going to sit on the point and pick up players, but he gets unflashed for a millisecond and just instantly gets denied. Oh my god, what a hold.
Yeah, I'll be honest, that was really not a good position to Witness. I'm sorry, I'm going to say it. That was really like, I don't know, like Auto in terms of getting caught in there is like whatever, but then the Uber runs towards point, but there was no one on the point. You just saw Thomas just walk around like, what? I don't know what's going on. Like, no one's here. Like, interesting.
Yeah, I love seeing Witness Gaming struggling here. They're not playing that well. There's a lot of mistakes being made. Company Shorts Gaming, they're going to see if they can make their way in here. There's the soldier that they need to deal with. Poppy putting on a ton of pressure. Really don't want to let anyone get in for free. Tiger gets headshot by Celentis. Gonna get taken down, chipped down at the very end here. This is annoying for them. So they're still hiding in this corner.
Oh.
But Uber's actually gonna come out here. Otto, he will need to get out of here. He could actually get chased out by AMS. Oh, he does. Wow.
Once again, just like chaos after chaos, we do see, like you said, Ams managed to get in and get onto auto, but like the rest of the CSG players kind of been getting mulched. They're backing all the way into lobby right now. They're going to have like a 30% Uber advantage, but I don't know. Cracks in terms of their team as well. Haunts, I feel like he's getting picked off just a little bit too many times right now. Like, there's so many opportunities Witness are creating off the back of Haunts, and obviously, like, Haunts is playing Roma. You know, his life is going to be not necessarily thrown away, but, you know, up for grabs slightly more than some others. But even still, it feels like Witness are really kind of capitalizing off him.
Yeah, it really feels like he should have just asked himself, like, what can I gain here? He could have gotten a soldier pick. Is that worth it? In order to die, in order for us to not have like this heal advantage that we can potentially push on with all men on, like probably not worth the risk in that situation. Like the reward was not that big. So they're just gonna hold last here and not push out with Umbrad. That's a bit disappointing. I would love to see them actually go for the win. It kind of looks like they're happy with the tie, just in the way that they play.
Yeah, so this is 5 minutes left on the clock. Obviously, this is CSG's pick, so we would expect them to kind of, have something a little bit up their sleeves, or just, for this to be a map that they are slightly more confident with. But they are just kind of having no choice but to sit on the last right now. Once again, Witness are moving a lot towards water. It's very much the done thing. There's a lot of things you can do from water, even if it's just being annoying. Like, that pressure towards water kind of makes it so much more difficult for CSG to, do anything towards lobby, right? Let's a solo player, and then, oh, soldiers are in, all the way through river. Once again, Ixie's going down. Happy's just about managing to get that frag
so
there as well.
Has snuck his way onto the point now, though. Okay, he does get bombed pretty quickly. Hans gets banged around the wall, and here comes the soldier onto the medic. This is what we're talking about. Yeah, the water pressure.
This is really, really poorly played there from CSG. I'm sorry. Salenta's moving towards point. We immediately saw Ams the Pyro go straight onto point, which meant no one was there to protect Condog from that soldier. He just jumps all the way in, gets that force. We do see Uber go all the way towards point, and they're just mulching them. Player after player after player. That is beautifully done there by Witness, but I feel like it was off quite a big mistake from CSG.
Yeah, like obviously the pressure coming out of Witness made them make that mistake, Like, he's not going to make a dumb decision if you don't put him in a position where he has to make a decision, in the heat of the moment. So good pressure from Witness Gaming, but definitely a bit of a mistake there to let the medic get jumped on that easily. Hans in the skybox. Can he find Domo? Domo's playing very passively in the corner, but the second soldier just gets him anyway.
I love it. It's so funny to see, but yep, it's going to be all about this mid right now. Players are pretty equal on either side, but just as that happens, you see CSG get another frag. They're trying to chase all the way into auto. Tomas is hitting some shots right now. He's managing to keep himself in the game. Now it's he's behind as well. Yeah, Connor's getting taken down. These scouts combining perfectly, playing these hills, playing nice and calm. That's exactly what they need. Yeah, you do see Domo as well, the spawner. Even look to give up this midpoint for the sake of the repush right now. Yeah, this is really good for them.
Yeah, just playing it super slow with their medic here. Really nice stuff coming out from them. Tomas doing a really good job just protecting auto, and then they can just move in very slowly. But Loopy hits the medic snipe. Actually, capturing that point turned out to be really, really important. I don't think they thought about that, but Loopy got the forward spawn, sniped the medic. Really cool application there of that tiny little detail. And there's just the scout on the point, very annoying. Scout behind the rock, just hiding in there, not very healthy. It's gonna now dive in here. Second scout comes in as well. Both of them shot down. CSG, they could have about 2 minutes here to come back in this game.
Absolutely. Lock and load though is kind of terrorizing with it right now. Unlucky there for Tiger, but like you say, this is the big opportunity. This is kind of, all or nothing right now for CSG. 1 minute and 40 seconds. They do have a 50% Uber advantage. They want to try and get here really. If they can get through second for free or take a real opportunity to push into lobby or something, that would be the absolute dream. But losing anyone would be so scary.
If they go into lobby, yeah, they could have actually cut off auto pretty heavily. And actually, they might try to do it. They're going to get Domo. That's pretty nice. AMS going to run all the way into last. It looks like, no, never mind. Changed his mind. That there's actually pressure on the point to make sure that can't be capped. That's pretty good by Witness Gaming to make sure that they can't just get pushed on very easily. But Loopy gets some nice kills here. This is getting very, very scrappy, and we see them pushing in from up top from the opponent's side. And they
Yeah,
might want
it's
to go
not
out.
happening. It's not happening, surely. Even with Domo going down, Ams is on the backline. He's trying to terrorize, but no one should let him get another frag. And they say no. That is enough. And that is more or less going to be Winners Gaming surely securing this. You could see, just going back to that push just there, you could see how hard they committed to top and second because they knew how close those Ubers were going to be in the end. All they need to do was block that point just a little bit more, just a little bit longer, and they managed to just completely negate that Uber coming in. Even losing Domo, it just didn't make any difference.
Yeah, indeed. The real important part. Okay, just insta zooms him down.
It's so dumb.
Yeah. It's pretty cool with Domo how he uses every single pipe. I feel like he doesn't have some strange weapon that he's really loyal to. He will just use every single pipe launcher, like including the double dogs. It really feels like it. That's going to be that. Game's over. 2-1 for Winners Gaming. They take it out as expected, but that was way closer than what we initially predicted.
Yeah, I feel like, just looking roster to roster, you would have perhaps... I think a lot of people would have predicted a little bit cleaner there for the side of Witness, but obviously this was the CSG pick, and obviously CSG have some absolute banger players in themselves. So I suppose maybe the result kind of makes sense, but then again, it really felt like Witness weren't their collected team selves to me, right? Like, am I the only one seeing that? They seemed like a bit iffier.
Yeah, it got pretty chaotic every once in a while, and whenever there was too much pressure, they were kind of very apt to make mistakes. It felt like, like you can induce mistakes by pressuring them too much.
Oh yeah. This is, I think it's a really important thing that you pointed out. Obviously, in terms of the last that we spoke about, obviously, people aren't just gonna, people tend not to make mistakes out of nowhere and just do weird things. Usually it's off the back of like incredibly specific situational pressures where you need to react kind of almost instinctively. And that is kind of the, to me at least, the interesting and the hard part of TF2. So it makes sense, that this would be where some of the cracks are found a little bit, especially in position. Like you said, there definitely seemed to be a couple moments where Auto was having some difficulties, be it either internet or just the fact that he is a little bit newer to playing with this roster.
Yeah, we kind of got the duality of Auto on this map. I feel like 3 drops. He had some pretty bad ones. He just didn't really respect them. But then we also got that incredible hold on the rock, where he just survives on like 5 HP, and they're able to use the Uber to push it on to last. Like that. That's kind of the game that you play when you don't just push out of or pop to nothing.
That is the game. That is the game that we play. We got some logs for your eyeballs on the stream, which you can enjoy. Anything super surprising? I mean, other than the fact that Tomas Pocket Scout being Tomas did actually annihilate, but
nothing surprising, but yeah, definitely eye popping the top 2 players.
Yeah, it makes it makes sense.
Tiger with the 350 DPM soldier, like a bunch of that is just probably because he was holding last, and like that balcony spam spot is super strong. You get a lot of quote unquote free damage from that, but he was doing a lot of stuff on last holds, and then of course Thomas just going 37 for 11 and just murdering in every Uber. I'm pretty sure he had like a couple of 5Ks, just cleaning up, being an absolute machine, and then
like this is what I really want to point out from like the scout logs, right? So you have Tomas just absolutely annihilating people, and then you have like Ixie like 815, but it's just because like they're being role players, right? Like Parker Scout is going to be getting all the frags, taking all the Ubers, he's going to be running in, whereas Ixie's like, oh, do you want me to run into water again and just like dick around there for a little bit, see what happens? Sure, let's do it, guys. He's doing his job, even though it doesn't look good on the stats, because he's a
it's not
gamer.
pretty. Yeah, it's just comes with the territory of being a top player in Prem. Sometimes the best play you can do is to just go into water and put on pressure so that your soldier can jump in and get a medic force. But that does mean that you're probably going to get eaten alive by 2 soldiers down there. It's just if that happens, that means that there's an opening for your teammates. So Yeah, it is what it is. All right, we're going on to Bagel here. Do you think we're going to see anything different on this map in terms of result? Like, obviously, it's going to be at least 3 points to one team, but do you think the dynamic's going to be different? Do you think Witness Gaming will be better or worse off on this map?
Um, well, I'm really hoping to see something in general because I've crashed 3 times trying to get onto this map.
Oh
But
boy.
I'm in the server now, so that's good. I think like I'm kind of low key expecting a bit of dominance from Witness because like they picked this for a reason, and also Witness are kind of pretty good at off maps. But then again, some of the big stuff we saw from CSG that last game kind of came from some individual DM, which is obviously still, like it's really, really significant on Koth. It isn't, the be all end all, but it is something where you can make crappy situations go in your favor. And that's kind of, if you want to play Koth like that, you literally can.
Yeah, like Hans can still get onto Domo and kill him, and Tiger can still just hit every single rocket. Those are all still gonna be things. It's just gonna be a matter of how well can they stick together, because this is a Koth map. They're kind of by nature a little more chaotic, and we've already saw like what pressure can do to them. So, if Ixie just gets behind, can they actually deal with that properly in like an active fight? That's what I'm really going to be looking out for. But we're going live here with the second map. It's going to be CSG versus Witness Gaming. Witness Gaming won the first map 2-1, pretty close game overall, but they do manage to get those first 3 points. Can they get 3 more? Yeah, stay tuned and find out.
Yeah, here we go. Nothing too crazy happening. Everyone just on the standard classes, as is generally done on Bagel. No one looking to jump too aggressive just yet. They're taking a moment, kicking and prodding on both sides, looking for their big opportunities. Point does now come unlocked, so kind of have to start to play towards that. They can't leave him there forever. You see a little bit of spam being exchanged.
Oh, this is so timid. All right, actually, Poppy's going to get overwhelmed first. They had a soldier standing forward in each side, so they're just going to come in from the side here as well, but unable to really get anything. And this is actually looking really good for CSG. Auto going down there, that's going to be the big thing that makes the difference here. Thomas is so weak. I think it's only a matter of time before he goes down. And everything else is just cleaned up at this point. Thomas somehow has made it behind. No, gets on to Condon. Wow.
That's disgusting. That is literally, Thomas just rats behind, right? Literally gets there like single digit HP. Like, just ridiculous. Forced off that Uber, and now everything that CSG just fought so hard for. Yeah, they cap the point, they get 20 seconds off the time, but now Witness have every right to just keep on walking forward. Ams gets really aggressive, but these soldiers are going in. Ixie, the first death. They're getting traded out. This is really good stuff on the side of Witness. They're taking so much damage, but they're still managing to keep going forward, take this position. So important on the Koth map, especially a map like Bagel, where the midpoint is the high ground itself. So they can take that, they can get that recap. He is still down. I need a little Uber advantage here on the side of Auto, but it's going to be all about the spam fight.
This is really nice by CSG. They managed to get in before they could get spammed into that big door.
Ooh, happy. Ooh.
Hits the rockets there. Yeah, this is going to slow them down a lot. Fancy might even be kind of caught in here. It looks like AMS is just going to jump in here and buy some space for his team. Actually, Tiger will end up trading. And Hans is on the medic. Gets the nice shot there onto Auto. He's going to have to force it. There was no milking that. And here comes the counter immediately. Auto warping around the best of his ability. It's not going to be enough. AMS still takes him down. And now it's just a matter of can they clean up before Condor gets picked off.
Yeah, that is going to be it. We do see players on the side of CSG trying to back all the way. Oh no, tries to get really, really aggressive. Nice little circle day towards point. And this fight is still going. All of this time, still ticking down the side of Witness. We do see Condor. 20 HP he was, but he's fine. He's getting that back. He's getting his regen. He's happy. He's all right.
Yeah, he's limping, but he's getting better. So it's all good. Poppy's going to jump in very aggressively here. They're trying to just kind of muscle onto the point to try and deny it. They are succeeding so far. It's just actually pretty nice here, but there is going to be fast responders. And the Auto goes down. Tiger comes in from behind. Capture point as well. This will actually give better spawn right now for Witness Gaming. Thomas, can he get the medic again? Somehow, okay, does a lot of damage, but ends up knocked by getting him. And right now, AMS is just bodyguarding his medic so well. No one can get onto him. There we go.
Oh my god, that is kind of huge there for CSG. Just managing to keep a hold of that Uber. It's just so good. They have that controller point. They have the player advantage. They have that Uber in their hands. Auto going down there again. Nice little flank back from Tiger. He's doing a lot of work here. This is really, really good stuff from CSG.
Yeah, they're gonna very aggressively go in with double scout here from their own right side. Just moving around. Pretty interesting to see them use the map like this. There are these two very distinct flank sides, whatever you want to call those houses, on the side of the point. It's kind of funny to see them just kind of weave from side to side very aggressively. Domo's actually in here, seems to get onto Condog, unable to find those pipes. They still have this Uber ad. They're gonna be just getting a lot of time off the point. They are ahead on time right now, and they have this 12% ad, which means that they're not going to get pushed in that time at the very least. This is a very comfortable situation for CSG.
Yeah, they're going to be chilling right now. It's going to be all about also getting his Uber that he does now have. They're going to be walking up all the way towards point. There's going to be some kind of trade at some point. Loopy gets damage alongside Horns. They pick up that one player, which again makes it such a comfortable position for them. Managing to keep their players alive is so significant. We do see Fancy does get caught out all the way towards point. He's getting traded out by Demo. Really not a great player to be losing right now. All of this time is still ticking down though. SG is doing such a great job of just like keeping this position behind the point.
Yeah, Hans won the one we want against the scout in the flank as well. Looks like he's gonna, not quite trade. That's very unfortunate. The Uber trade has come out right now. Poppy, if he would have died, that this would have been a fine situation, but as it is, I don't think they're going to be able to hold on to it. They're just going to jump in Tiger. I think he over-jumped it there by accident, kind of went too far behind and couldn't get onto auto properly. AMS going to go down. So now we have this forward hold where you can see the stickies on the left barnyard door, whatever you want to call it. And those stickies almost always get some people if they try to jump through. This is probably the best place to push from, but it's also very annoying to get through initially.
Yeah, it's surprisingly tricky at times. They do try to go all the way in. Oh, they're getting crunched. So happens all the way behind. They're getting all the damage. We do see Soldier jumping in once again.
Yeah, gets him there. It's basically a four-man sack, but he will absolutely take those. Condog is completely safe, just building with the scout. And now this second wave is going to do so much work. Domo's not really in a position to put on a good sticky trap. I don't know how much they know of that. Just the fact that they have to check all these corners for stickies could slow them down a little bit, but it's not going to be a big deal, I don't think. As here comes the counter push from Witness Game. See if they can get any Ubers out of Condog.
Yeah, they've managed it. They do lose Tiger though, but Ultra's going down once again. It seems to be a little bit the story of this map so far, but the rest of these Witness Game players are going to go all the way to the point. They're going to be capping and denying the spawn of their medic. He's going to be spawning that considerably a bit longer, but ultimately they have control on the point, which means they can just walk forward and try and frag, and Ixie's doing exactly that. Does get put to rights by Ams, who says no, can't do everything.
Oh, Ams. Yeah, get him, Ams. Eventually Tiger does come in here and clean up. They're fighting this. There's 5 seconds remaining right now for Witness Gaming. Oh, alright, it does get recapped. So basically, there's still 1 second. So if Witness Gaming captures this, there's still going to be 1 second for CSG to actually get on it. So if they're literally standing on the point as it happens, it's actually not lost instantly. So that's good at least. But this is still 5 seconds now that they have to hold this, and they need to get onto it. And Condog is so weak, and they're not even getting there.
They just not.
Unfortunate, too much pressure there. But I actually really like the way CSG is playing it this so far. They seem to really like stacking the sides like really heavily and suddenly, which means that very often we saw like Poppy or Celenders hold alone on the side, and then all of a sudden there's just 3 players fighting them. You know, they'll just jump in a soldier from the side and run a scout up in there, and you can just pick him off really, really quickly. And Witness Gaming, they have kind of struggled to adapt to that. So let's see if they can figure that one out as we go.
Well, this is it. This is, you know, some would say one of the big things about Witness Gaming, like, you know, you can find weaknesses for them, but they do try and, you know, cover themselves very quickly as they make these mid-game adaptations. We do see, once again, a bit of a longer mid-fight, not quite as slow as last time, but Fancy going down the side of CSG does mean a little bit of an advantageous position if you want to walk forward, but no, it is staying slow. These are some weird mids right now, and they're just gonna cap it.
Ooh, yeah, Domo was a bit too far forward there. I think he was expecting his spawners to come in a little bit faster, but yeah, Thomas not quite able to get there in time. Thomas again just powering forward, no respect whatsoever. His team are there to support him, but they get the capture again, just barely. This pressure in the center of the point is kind of just enough right now to make CSG give up the point, which is very annoying for them for sure. Again, we have the double stack here on left side. Tiger will end up taking down Zalenta with the help of a scout. But eventually AMS is going to go down. And now they switch to the other side. I really love this play from CSG. Just bobbing back and forth.
They really are. All of it doesn't really amount to too much though, because Uber's now getting traded on the point. I'm going to back down to pick up Ixie, so he can be directly behind Auto as he tries to leave. Auto, once again, gets caught out right at the tail end as Uber. He's going to be going down and Domo as well. Super late frag. Oh no, he just like gets out. Oh, that's nice for him.
Yeah, Domo could get picked off if he's too aggressive. Okay, nice little surf out there. This is a bit of a forward hold. Again, that left door is usually where you want to hold, because that is where they will push out of, and you can absolutely put up the stickies, but not quite able to get there in time. CSG, Witness Gaming, they're out here contesting the point immediately.
Yeah, this is going to be about 35% advantage for Condog. Doesn't have it just yet though, so it's all about fighting right now. Then we're going down, it's going to make this much harder for Witness. They do walk all the way towards point, they're just going to cap it. They will be delaying spawns on the side of Domo. Slantis does jump in to try and do whatever he can. It's not going to be a great deal. Uber does get used though.
Is Thomas caught in
going
here?
Down again? Auto!
Yes.
My man's getting caught way too much, right?
Yeah, just he's just continually being picked off at the end of these Uber exchanges, and yeah, at some point it's your fault, right? like things can happen that makes it so that like you play different ways as a team, but yeah, it's happened too many times now. They need to change something up, because it is just giving CST way too many opportunities and too much time on the point. Again, just give it up though. They're playing so scared in the middle. It's pretty weird to see.
It really is. Shouldn't there's no build where, like, with the players down, I just didn't realize? I'm not seeing it at all. I feel like Winners are just, yeah, managing to cap the free, which almost kind of deletes all that hard work that was done taking down Auto, because, I mean, Conrad does have a super now. They have to be jumping all the way in. Auto's trying to get all the way towards this doorway, but Fancy gets it. Like,
Fancy's just so efficient at these medic bombs right now. Salenta's going to come in here, will get the revenge kill onto the medic here as well. Salenta's very weak, grabs a med kit, see if he can get in here. Actually gets the pick onto AMS as he was looking away. Can he actually get the cap out here? Does he even want to? Yeah, you want the spawners first, I think. Yeah, there you go. So he jumps away. Tiger's holding forward. Looks like he's going to have to sling out of there. Okay, they know.
Yeah. Okay, right, here we go. We have Salentis just jumping all the way in just to be like, hey guys, how's it going? I'm involved as well. He doesn't want to stop. He's like, no, I've got Fancy in my sights. Do one, mate. Absolutely do one. And all of that, okay, right. Take a breather. Witness, they have control of the point. They have the Uber advantage. Tiger hits a crazy air shot. Just when I say that there's a breather. Okay, right, and actually CSG will all the way towards the point. There's no soldiers on the side of Witness. They're now 85%. Damage and trying to back all the way towards this lobby position. They don't quite have it. Stay alive, my brothers, for a couple of seconds longer.
Condor's
and now
really far forward.
got it.
And this is a double scout Uber just threatening to come barreling in. Again, they usually don't need to use their Uber. They just run onto the point and cap it immediately anyway, regardless of Uber situation. And that's what they're going to do this time around. I was getting nervous for Condor there, but again, Condor has had really good positioning, I feel like. And here comes the Uber. Just a bit too late here, as now it's just going to be an even Uber. So Linda's kind of in it, and he might just get picked off immediately. Yep, there we go. And Hans will eventually go down, but right now CST, they are pushing across the point. They're one man down, but they have better precision.
Yeah, Witness are going all the way in. Great little flank there from Pappy, and the rest of the players is getting cleaned up. Ixie, very nice couple shots there. Good deny. We do see this time, Auto's keeping himself alive. He's teleporting a little bit, but this time in a good way.
Yeah, Loopy's caught in.
Oh god, I was scared for a second then. I thought Horns was going to hit the sink bomb of his life.
Yeah, I feel like Loopy could have actually ran in behind lines and potentially chased him down as well, but decided not to go for that. I'm a bit surprised to see it. Otto's on 90%, but obviously 90% Uber is as good as 0% Uber. Big rocket onto Otto. He's going to pop here. There we go. He was very weak, so he just going to pretty much have to pop around the corner. And this is not the most efficient Uber, but it is a bit of a momentum one. Here, Salentis is just doing so much damage here behind lines. Eventually, it's going to end up with the medic kill. People are filing onto the point. It is better spawns for CSG, obviously, because they don't hold the point, and yeah, they might be able to get it out here. This is going to be scrappy.
It's literally going to come down to like last second versus last second. We do see Tiger's trying to keep control of this point. He has gone down on this fight on the flank, but Ham's just getting Domo once again. All the players have to go all the way towards the point. It's really going to come down to this one little DM fight, but Frags are going. Yeah, it's Thomas. He's hitting the shots. Even Condor's little arrow, it's not going to be enough.
Yeah, Thomas was almost dead, but almost dead Thomas is still just an absolute menace. You know, the ultimate life form, just taking down players. It doesn't matter.
The ultimate life form.
Yeah, it still holds. That's the best joke. Right, it just describes Scout so perfectly. You know, just 2 HP, doesn't matter.
It's definitely describing Thomas like this entire kind of couple maps. My man's just hitting some real shots. Alright, 2-0 to the side of Witness Gaming. Only one more round in it if they want to have things their way, but CSG keeping things going. They do trade out frags, scout for scout, Tiger going down as well. Okay, moving a little bit more comfortable here. Cementer's on the flank, yeah. This is going to be firmly mid in the hands of Witness, and they're just going to keep Auto alive. Right, he's done it!
Yeah, they deflected all the aggression on the flanks, managed to slowly trade out and get slightly better trades in the process. And there we go. They take mid very comfortably. Auto's alive. Condog, slight with this ad. And now they're holding this mid. Let's see how they decide to hold it. Poppy's holding pretty far forward on this left side for them. And it looks like just going to be a very aggressive soldier through the middle here. It is going to end up with a force with Thomas. Much better Uber right now for CSG, but they are playing up. Oh my god, Auto just getting bounced again. Literally straight up into the air. Somehow not dead though. Okay, Fancy finally failed at killing him, but man, Auto got just bounced around.
I'm going to be real, I was watching that from like the skybox. My man auto teleported like 7 times. Fancy clearly showing his frustration, asking Auto politely to stop lagging. Domo points out hitting your shots also works. It's impossible to take a side.
Yeah, there's just no way to tell in this, you know, fight of words between high intellectuals. As we have another mid-fight. Again, actually, Witness Game, they win on the flank here. This is basically going to pull everyone from CSG back. And oh my god, Fancy somehow wants to come in and save this. Poppy fighting a scout on the flank. Okay, eventually loses, but I think Condor's going to have to put the tail between his legs and get out of there. Never mind, he wants in.
That's an AMS Uber, we're going in. Auto has managed to keep his players alive, but ultimately flashing, which is kind of the goal of these Ubers between AMS and Condor. We do see the soldier jump all the way in and slightly, potentially overly aggressive there, as he just ends up taking a whole bunch of damage. And now Tiger and Horns both go down. Eek, okay, AMS on the back line. No. What we've done is we've jumped into Thomas.
Yeah. Like, as soon as you just start bleeding a little bit, Thomas just makes it so much worse. You know, it's just super duper difficult to deal with. Thomas has 72 points right now, by the way. His medic has 53. Just pointing it out.
He's quite good.
Yeah.
Doing good.
Not even Viaduct, man. Like, this should be a much better soldier map. Yeah, it's still a cough map. Thomas is still very good. Alright, so Lentis has made his way all the way through. Pretty interesting. He's basically swapped place with Tiger. Tiger's betting... Yeah, okay, basically just levitated in the air right now. As they actually do give up point here with this gaming, so a bit of a reversal in what we normally see. But again, it's so difficult to actually contest this point. It's super weird because of how big it is. Condog topping second. Now we just have like a stare off between these two scouts, trying to get around, see if they can make them flash.
Okay.
This is alright. Auto actually gets a kill this time and survives on 30 HP. Just kidding.
Just
he died.
as you say that.
Yeah.
Just as you say that. I mean, okay. Slightly chaotic. In the end, the cards are falling in such a way that Condog's going to have like the tiniest of Uber advantages, but it's literally 40 seconds left to go anyway, right? Like, if they build as hard as they physically can, they will get this Uber, and then they'll get like a few seconds to go. Like, this is going to be all about CSG getting control of point basically now, while Winners are still having their spawners come in, which they've managed to do. Fantastic. Now it's going to be keeping hold of them, making sure that no one feeds, and they just secure as many frags as physically possible. Try and buy themselves a little window. Beautiful rocket.
Ooh, the
that
meat
is
grinder.
everything they want.
Yeah, so many players just getting caught in the spam there, but somehow Witness Gaming again is doing what Witness Gaming does and turning this very hopeless situation around. Selen's gonna go onto the medic, gets one, well, not even one rocket onto them. There we go. CSG will hold on to this, and yeah, look at that. Uber is gonna matter here. These percentages. Topaz is bullying players on the flank. All right, finally. Actually gets punished for his overly aggressive plays right there. Poppy, again, I think a bit too aggressive. Celentis comes in, gets the Uber Force out. That's actually really important. As long as Auto gets out, he gets out.
He's done it. He's only gone and he's done it. Now, much better for Witness. 22 seconds left on the clock if they can just cap it, which they're looking like they want to do sooner rather than later. Tigers go in, no, one rocket, two rockets. Ultra's playing too aggressive there. They're not aware of this Tiger flank, and that's going to be a position once again where CSG, they completely turn the table upside down. The shoe is on the other foot right now. They just got like, I don't know, they can do whatever they want. Like, if they get this Uber, this is going to be really, really difficult for Witness to get back into this round.
Yeah, there's about 50% until it actually kicks in. It's going to be pretty interesting to see how they decide to play. Poppy comes in from the side. Does he jump? No. Plays it slow. Definitely a lot more patient than Witness Gaming, but they lose on the flank there with the Celentis. 1 against 2 again. Again, it just happens so many times. Thomas runs in here. Again, the pressure actually makes it so that they get the cap out. It's pretty funny at this point. And AMS, he's in deep, gets the medic. This demo man, not long for this world as well. And Scout goes down as well. Soldier gets air shot, but air shots Condog in return. Poppy absolutely making it work right here. And there we go.
Oh, this is going to be really hard.
Yeah,
like Condog's just only going to be spawning a couple of seconds. All the Witness are going to be going forward. They're going to have like heals in their hands. This is going to be a really good position for them to just keep on going. They need to basically cap, and that'll be it. We do have a Scout going towards the flank, but he's going to get caught now. He's going to be spotted somehow. There, oh my god, they need to start getting some of this time towards him, which he's desperately trying to do, but CSG really don't want to let it happen. Soldier now does let he lands on the point, but then he gets directed. This is 3 versus 2. Condog's just trying to keep himself alive, trying to keep his team in the game, but it's too long. It's too big of an ask, and Witness Gaming, they're going to be capping it out 3-0. Whew.
Yeah, very comfortable win here for Witness Gaming. Most of the rounds were pretty close, but then again, they were never truly being pressured here in this map. Kind of seems like just the pressure again. It's just a bit too much. I was very confused with how they just kept capping the point with this gaming, you know? Like you just walk forward and instantly cap the point every time. Didn't really matter what the situation was. That was weird to me.
Yeah, it definitely felt like there was some slightly weird situations, like maybe just teams being slightly less comfortable, or I mean, to be honest, you know, it is a bit more difficult on Bagel to prevent that anyway, just because of the position you have to play in. But yeah, definitely did seem a little bit weird, and I feel like that partially is why we had so close in terms of timing. Just because, you know, even just like knocking off 10 seconds here and there, like it makes a difference.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. I also liked a lot of stuff CSG was doing. Like, I really loved the way they pressured the flanks. They got a lot of kills off of that, and you know, maybe a few more weeks of a PZ, like just of scrims, they actually do better. You know, they're able to really capitalize off of those advantages because I feel like they had a lot of advantages at a lot of points in these games, and the rounds were pretty close. Yeah. Oh my God! Look at Domo's stats. He got.
That's a demo kind of game when there's just scouts just going mad. Obviously, you know, big stuff from Tomas, but as well, there were some really significant moments there for AMS, even though his stats can't quite rival Tomas. I feel like contextually, there were some really, really key moments where AMS was hitting some key shots, both kind of aggressively and defensively as well. And I think, you know, it's, I don't think it was always caught by the camera, but trust me, there was some good stuff.
Yeah, he actually had some really good Ubers. Like obviously Thomas had as well, but both pockets got really played their roles well on this map. I feel it was some good stuff. Tiger again was just doing a lot of damage, doing a lot of work, and it was just.
I feel like if we're looking at stats, you know, I mean, you know, there's only so much you can look into stats. I feel like Condog's 7 deaths to Auto's 14.
Oh boy, yeah.
You know, You're winning 3-0 in a game where your medic died twice as much, and you had 5 less Ubers on a Koth
Yeah.
map. That's weird.
It is weird. Yeah. That is, I actually say, and I hate to say this, but like Otter was definitely the big question mark on both of these maps. Right, he dropped 3 times on the first map, died 14 times on the second. It's and you know he is the only new addition. He came in instead of Mueller, so not their best performance to gauge your
Yeah.
teammates' confidence in you. But I'm sure he'll get after it. It's fine.
I mean, clearly was lagging a lot, both to the frustration of, I'm sure, Winners and CSG. So, yeah, no, I'm sure this isn't auto firing on all cylinders, but either way, doesn't really matter what the excuse is. It did result in this official going a little bit closer than perhaps they would have wanted to. But then again, maybe they're thinking big picture. They're like, who cares? 6 points, whatever.
Yeah, CSG again losing, uh, getting 0 points out of it, despite having some pretty good games. Now, you know, if you just look at the tables and see the results of CSG, I think you might be deceived a little bit. You know,
Oh,
I
yeah.
think this team is a lot stronger than what the results say. So I'm not writing them off at all. I actually think they look quite good, and even in this game where they lose, they actually came out plus in my book. Even better than going into it. So yeah,
Oh yeah. Yeah. Like, I feel like from CSG's point of view, they're gonna be frustrated that they, going so close that they didn't get some kind of points out of it. But at the same time, like you say, like they're against like Winners, the team which most people are, predicting is gonna be like, well, like top seed, if not like winning the season anyway. So to get this close is already a positive, but I feel like, with CSG kind of being who they are from like a player point of view, yeah, they are still in their head going to be like, what could we have done differently? And like you say, from their point of view, it's going to be all about getting themselves into playoffs at the end of the season. Like once you're in playoffs, then all you need to do is just keep winning, right? Like it kind of,
yeah,
it means, these mistakes in the earlier part of the season, they matter, but they're not everything.
yeah, true. Like you obviously want to have an easier road in there. Like this all makes it more likely that they'll face something like Witness Gaming in one of the earlier rounds. Actually, it depends on how they do that. We never know with ETF2L. For some reason, they never announce this going into the seasons, do they? Or maybe I just haven't been paying attention. Either way, it could mean
Maybe.
that it could mean that you have to play some extra games. Uh, yeah, all right. I'm trying to look. Do we have what are the other matches being played in this week?
Oh, there's definitely some more matches being played at some point in Team Fortress 2. That is a fact for you.
Is it New Panther versus Shadow Wizard Money Gang? Did those play? All right. That okay? It's gonna be next week. All right, but that's the last week 2 games. So lots of more games coming up. We'll be covering them all unless JMaxchill dies and we don't have producers. It'll be good.
Yeah, you're good. All right, we're doing it. We're calling it for the night. Yeah, good stuff. Any shout outs from you, Peter? Anything you want to say to the loving and adoring people who have chilled into the credits of this feature length film?
I would like to shout out your internet eepily. I'm very happy that it
It
lasted
came
for the
back like
entire.
20
Yeah,
minutes into map one. It was hilarious. I saw it like swap from like having to need 4G. It was amazing.
yeah, absolutely incredible. Like English internet is the best. You can quote me on that. It will never come back to bite me, and I'm very happy about it. Otherwise, yeah, just JMaxchill for holding down the fort.
All right. Shout out to the concept of love and happiness. We'll catch you next time. This has been TFTV. Kisses. Goodbye.